Mel Kiper has the Jaguars going in a surprising and interesting direction in his latest first-round mock draft. If this year's free agency period has done anything for the Jacksonville Jaguars, it has made April's draft as important as ever. After no new signings made since free agency began last Monday, the Jaguars are set to rely on the draft to retool a team that is hoping to make a run in 2023. The draft is a funny thing. We're fortunate to be down at 24 this year, and you just play the waiting game, Jacksonville Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson said at the NFL Scouting Combine earlier this month. Obviously, if there's a player ahead of us that you may want to grab, you try to make a move to grab that player, but a lot of times, when you're in the bottom third of the draft, you just wait and sit. Maybe there's teams that want to come up, and maybe you can gain more capital, draft capital, as you sit there at 24. A lot of options, and hopefully the player that we target is sitting at 24, and we take him. With the NFL Draft's first round and the Jaguars' impending selection at number 24 overall coming fast, we are going to take a look throughout the offseason on what outside experts think the Jaguars will or should do with their first-round pick. This time, we take a look at ESPN Mel Kiper's most recent mock and weigh in on how we feel about the pick. Pass rusher is going to be a popular pick for the Jaguars after losing Arden Key, so it isn't surprising to see Kiper go with an edge rusher just a year after the Jaguars took Travon Walker at number 1 overall. Still, Kiper's selection here is a surprising and new one, with the veteran draft analyst slotting Iowa State edge rusher Will McDonald at number 24 overall. Kiper makes a surprising pick here for a few reasons. For one, McDonald is rarely seen this highly in most mocks. Most in the public probably see him as a top 50 pick, whereas Kiper has him going top 25. Secondly, Kiper has the Jaguars taking him over some high-profile names, including Georgia tight end Darnell Washington and Clemson defensive lineman Brian Bresee. Even with a big need on the edge, it would be a mild surprise to see the Jaguars pass on either of those players in most scenarios. In short, it looks like Kiper placed a bigger premium on replacing Arden Key's production than with going with the best player available. This makes sense to a degree when you consider no pass rusher was more efficient for the Jaguars in 2022 than Key. While playing mostly as a rotational player and sub-package edge rusher, Key led the Jaguars' defensive line and edge rushers in pass rush win rate and was second on the team in pressures and quarterback hits despite not being an every-down player. Still, McDonald has a profile that raises some red flags. Sub-240-pound edge rushers simply do not go in the first round, with even the smallest recent first-round pass rushers, Bruce Irvin, Leonard Floyd, Vic Beasley, Brian Burns, and Clavon Chaisson, all weighing heavier than McDonald did at the Combine. McDonald is a long and explosive pass rusher, but this pick could remind many of the Chaisson pick from 2020. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel, so you don't miss any Jaguars news.